Now, how much more time do I have here? I've got about 30 more minutes. That does give us plenty of time to start a pirate invasion and get through it. Because I think it is going to take us a while to grind through it for the first time, to be honest. The goblin, or not the goblin army, the pirate invasion is basically the same as a goblin invasion, just way harder. You get a lot of enemies that kind of almost do the same thing, but they just swarm you. You can't do anything about it. And because it's in hard mode, the pirate invasion comes with some extra mini bosses and all of that. So it's basically the same thing, just a little bit harder. And of course we get unique drops from the event. Alright, so I think that's a perfect place to say we can start that now. Now that we're done with all of that housing mess. We can also take a look at the cobalt and palladium bars, because we did pick a few of those up. We can see what those craft into. And we can also talk to the wizard a bit more, because he does have stuff that would be of interest to us. But I will do that at the end, after the pirate invasion, if we have time. Searching through all of those materials is going to take some time. So I'll just do the palladium bars and the cobalt bars, because those only have so many recipes, and they're pretty much going to be the same thing, so nothing too crazy out of those, but I imagine the spell tomes and the crystal balls and the mana potions that the wizard sells and all of that going to be a lot of stuff. We'll take a look at that later. Maybe I want to restart my game. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we get a new set of armor with cobalt, of course. Is to be expected from a new ore. I do think it's probably better than our armor right now, because we've been using this for a while now. There's not much stuff we can use to replace it, but, you know, at this point we've been using it for a while. So we get, what is this, 8, 10, 7 versus 8, 10, 5. So maybe it's actually a little bit worse. I don't know how the stats are, though, so. We get some tools, we get the pickaxe, we get a new chainsaw, which is an axe. It's just an alternative to an axe. We get a drill, which is an alternative to the pickaxe. We get a war axe, which is just an axe, but I think it does a little bit more damage than your typical axe. So you could use it as a weapon. Get a repeater, which is new also. They shoot arrows and act as bows, basically. We get repeaters now instead of bows. We get our swords. We get a regular sword and I believe a naginata is how you pronounce that. I don't know, though. Sounds Japanese, but I wouldn't know. Naginata. Also a melee weapon, so we won't be using that. Get another melee weapon. We get a cobalt shield, which we already have. A megaphone, which I believe we also already have. An accessory that allows us to do a ram dash. Okay. So an alternative to the Shield of Cthulhu. That's cool. Cobalt kunai is a rogue weapon. A Lunic Eye, which is average damage. I don't know really what that means. Oh, it says at the bottom there. This weapon scales with all of your damage stats at once. So we could use this for any class, I guess. And we can actually build that right now, if we wanted to. I think we have just enough cobalt. We have some starblight soot laying around, so we could build that if we wanted to. But I don't necessarily want to right now, so... What else do we have here? We have palladium, which again is another alternative to cobalt. We get the same stuff. We get the armor, the drill, the pickaxe, the chainsaw, the war axe. Repeater, the sword, the pike instead of a naginata, but it's basically the same thing. And then we also get all of these here. We get the Sergeant United shield, we get the Cobalt shield, the megaphone, the deep diver accessory, javelins instead of kunai, but they're basically the same thing. And the Lunic Eye, again. There's a few things we can craft if we go mining for a little bit. Yeah. I mean, there's still more stuff we want to look through, like that starblight soot that we got earlier, last week. There's some stuff like these hellfire treads that I believe are materials. Oh, these aren't materials, but Harpy ring is, these boots are, the honeydew is a material, the ranger, basically everything else that we have as accessories is a material, so we can take those to the guide eventually. Obviously we have all these things that all of these NPCs sell. Oh, you sell a bewitching table. Oh, we need that. Hold on. I didn't know you sold that this whole time. We definitely need that. We might be able to combine all of these to a single item right now, actually. We need some paper for that, but I think we can do that. Oh, we need the cake. Well, we have everything else. Where do we get cake? We need 5 slices of it, of course. Combine it into that item. Don't know where we would get that though. I didn't notice it being sold by anybody, unless I just missed it. Maybe the merchant has it. Seems like something the merchant would just have randomly. No? Okay. Maybe if I find a carton of milk, maybe that can go into a recipe that makes a slice of cake or something? Or an egg? Or something like that? I don't know. I don't really know anybody else that might sell a piece of cake. And I can check the wizard again. Painter, I don't think would. The goblin, I don't think would either. The dryad? Maybe the dryad would. Maybe. Pumpkin seeds, I know she sells those. No cake though, okay. Zoologist and the Oracle, I can't imagine they would sell cake. Maybe the Bone Merchant, maybe he has like a piece of cake in his pool of items that he can sell. Don't see it there, but maybe later. Oh, the wizard doesn't have it, okay. The stylist, I don't think she would. Oh, maybe the party girl would have a piece of cake. That would make a lot of sense, actually. So I'll check her, and then we'll just move on. If not. Party girl is in the desert, I believe. Yep, there she is. You have a piece of cake for me? No. Alright. Alright, well, we'll keep looking. Alright, well. we find a carton of milk somewhere, I know that's like a food item that we can get. I don't know from where, but I know it's in the game somewhere. Otherwise, we'll just keep an eye out for a piece of cake somewhere. I don't know where. But let's go ahead and start this pirate invasion. Again, this is probably going to take maybe the rest of the rest of the recording. I don't know. I typically spend at least 10 minutes on this every time I fight it for the first time, so I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to be here for a while. And next week I think we're going to spend a lot of time looking through the rest of the things that we can craft. It is gleeked. Jesus Christ, that was disgusting. If you don't know what gleeking is, go ahead and look that up on Google. Gleeking, gleeking. Anybody who knows what gleeking is, there's a good chance you know it from, I think, iCarly. I think that was a special episode that they did about gleeking for some reason. One of those shows, iCarly, Drake and Josh. It might have been Drake and Josh, actually. One of those shows from like early 2000s, Nick or Disney. Can't remember, but you know what I'm talking about. If you know what I'm talking about. Anyways. What was I saying? Oh, we're gonna go through the rest of the materials that we can use next week, because now we have a bit more access to the world. We can go mining a bit more easily if we need to. We have access to souls now. We can go mining, not mining. We can go destroy the demon altars for souls of night. We can go to the underworld for souls of light. We can go up in the sky for souls of flight. We can get all of the essences pretty easily from the different biomes. We have access to Starblight Soot. We have Cobalt and Palladium. And we also have all of these weapons that we're going to have access to now. And the weapons that we've already been using for a while, that we've been sitting on. So yeah, a lot of stuff we can go through. I think now is a good time to do that. Oh, I have a calming potion on, don't I? There we go. That'll make it a bit more exciting. Yeah, the big problem about the pirate invasion are these guys right here. These Blackbeard looking dudes. They have like 10,000 health, and they do a lot of damage. So these guys are kind of the real problem. But there's also another mini boss that we'll see in a minute, probably. And also next week, once we're done going through all those materials, we can look for a place to put our trophy room. I still don't know where we would want to put that. There could be an argument to just leave it like here and build it like right above this arena here, just so it's right right next to home, you know what I mean? There's an argument to be made for that. There's an argument to maybe put it in like the sky lab right there, because it's already kind of a cool little area that we can just hollow out and repurpose. So there's an argument to be made for that. But I'm also thinking it could be good if we built it next to one of the pylons as well, so we can just teleport to it easily. So if we have like the, let's say the hollow biome, for example, and we build that underground, we could build the trophy room within the hollow biome. That way we can just teleport to it whenever we need to. Now obviously if we build it right here, like where I'm flying, it would also be easy to access, so that wouldn't really be an issue. But if we wanted to build it like almost anywhere else, it would be good, I think, if we made it next to a pylon, so we could easily access it anywhere. Just my 2 cents, though. Obviously, we're going to take a better look at the world next week and figure out exactly where we want it. Also, this is not taking quite as long as I thought it might. I thought it might take me a lot longer to get through it, honestly, but we're speeding through it pretty steadily, I would say. This gun is surprisingly good. I did not think it would pierce through multiple enemies, but the fact that it does is great. There we go. Alright, just gotta clean up the rest of these guys here. We'll be done. Yeah, this is the other big bad of the pirate invasion. Couldn't tell. Got his own unique health bar, and if you paid attention very closely, I doubt anyone would, but if you know, you don't already know, this guy actually drops his own relic. So this counts as, you know, part of the progression, technically. Which is a bit strange, because it's already part of an event. But, you know, that's cool, I guess. Kind of like how the old one's army has the Dark Mage in it, which has its own relic as well. Or at least it does later. I don't know if it drops right now, but later we're going to get one of those relics. Alright. So there is the pirate invasion. It's nothing too crazy. But it is, you know, still a challenge if you're not ready for it. But we got through it. We got a lot of money, and we got a lot of cool stuff here. And a new NPC, which is perfect, because we have room now. So welcome. Let me talk to you, see what you got to say and to sell. Jake the pirate. Hello. Yar. Funny you should be mentioning pirates, as what were we talking about? I have no idea how a pirate should sound. I'm sorry about that accent. That's probably awful, but anyways. So you sell a pirate outfit, that we can just wear whenever. Sail, which I'm assuming is some kind of like vanity item. Yeah, okay. Cool. I saw cannon in there and cannon balls. Yeah. Cannon, so we can just I guess we can use this as a kind of turret. So that's interesting. A lot of material, so we can't do anything with it, but I guess that's neat to have if we get overwhelmed sometime. If we just want to set off a cannon for no reason. We got a lot of golden furniture that, you know, I think would look nice. But I'm going to sell it because it's worth a lot of money. And obviously we can just fight the pirates again if we want to get a bunch of these stuff. So it's not a big deal. You can always just do it again. Get some weapons, and looks like part of another set here. The Buccaneer set. Slightly different than the pirate set, apparently. That's cool. Get the relic. I'll put that next to the Wall of Flesh relic for now. And we get some stuff here. Get the Black Spot, which is a new mount. This is the first mount we've had in a while. We've gotten some mounts throughout the game, but none of them have replaced Slime mount yet. Just because none of them have really been that useful, but this one could do it. Obviously we can use this infinitely, so we can just kind of travel above the world if we wanted to. If we just wanted to take a break, just fly across the world for whatever reason. That's pretty neat. If we wanted to go to like the underworld and fly across to the underworld instead of running across it, that would be useful. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep this in my inventory, have it take up a new slot, even though we're slowly but surely running out of inventory slots here. We still need to find a compass. I don't know where we're gonna find one though. I really don't know where you get a compass from. I can maybe search through the bestiary in case we've already fought something that drops a compass. I don't think we can just search up the names of enemies, right? Oh, we can. Oh, we can. I did not know that. Okay, so if we're looking for something, this is actually kind of new to me. I've never done this before. If we're looking for something and we've already defeated something that has a chance to drop that item, we can just search the item in the bestiary and it'll pop up here. So mother slimes, which are found underground. Salamanders, which are also found underground. Crawdads, which I believe are also underground. Giant shellies, also underground. And the piranha in the desert. Or in the jungle, sorry. Okay. That actually helps out a lot. I might go farm for that right now. And try to get that done within the next like 5 minutes. Yeah, I've been looking for a compass forever. Which probably means the fact that we've, you know, unlocked this stuff in the bestiary probably means that we've had this drop from these enemies here. At least the piranha and the mother slime. And we just, you know, happen to sell it. I didn't notice. Which is a bit sad. Now we can go back and look for those. That's pretty cool. And that stuff I just sold, it was a sword and a summon weapon, so we don't need any of those. This is a new gun. This is actually a reference to Ultra Kill, I believe. Or the Midas Prime. Like Minos Prime, but, you know, Midas Prime. It's called Midas Prime because it has to do with money. Like King Midas. But it works the same way as the pistol in Ultra Kill does. I don't know the name of the pistol, but you can fire it normally. And it has that, like, tracer shot, which kind of looks like the Ultra Kill art style, just a little bit. But if we right-click, we can shoot up a coin in the air, like V1 does in Ultra Kill. We can shoot off of it, and it will ricochet towards an enemy. And I think it does extra damage that way. I'm not quite sure how it works in Ultra Kill, but I know I've seen videos of that gun in Ultra Kill, so I know that's like roughly how it works. Up to 4 coins can be tossed simultaneously, and shots will ricochet off multiple coins if possible. Coins guarantee a critical strike after a short delay. Bullets do not... Oh, bullets do bonus damage. Yeah, there we go. So if you just want to learn how to use this, it's pretty hard to use, but there we go. Guaranteed critical hit there. So if we're fighting off like a ground-based enemy, or like a boss that stays on the ground, not quite sure what boss would do that, but sure there might be a handful of them in the game. If we fought that kind of boss, we could probably use that, but I mean, to be honest, I think this express rifle is going to be better in almost every way. It does more damage, has about the same fire rate, a little bit slower, but actually kind of a lot slower. It does piercing, it does more damage, and we don't have that weird mechanic that just makes it harder to use. So unfortunately I will put it away for now, but it is a cool weapon. Might come back to it just to use it, because why not? Yeah, let's go ahead and go to the jungle. Let's try to farm some piranhas. Let's see if, you know, we can actually find some jungle that isn't corrupted. And just turn on ultra battle mode or whatever. If we can't get a compass in the next few minutes. There we go, this should be good enough. I do want to get far enough away from the corruption that we don't have to deal with the enemies. I think this might be good enough. Now the jungle is dangerous just on its own, so honestly this might be good enough for me. Just having the regular battle potion on. Just want to travel to some water spot and do some farming. I really had no idea you could do that with the bestiary. Probably start doing that more. Now, of course, we're going to have to defeat enemies that drop certain items, so, you know, it's still not like a... It's not like using the wiki, necessarily, and just looking something up and getting the answer. But it will help out a lot, I think. It'll almost be like having a wiki on us. Okay, is there a good water spot here? I guess there's one right there. Maybe use that. Oh, here we go. This will be good. Try to hide out in here. Nothing gets us except for maybe those man-eaters. Turn this on. Let's keep the ultimate battle potion on. Let's try to just kill a bunch of piranha if they spawn. Oh, actually that might have broken my game even more. That might be a stupid idea of mine. Where's the piranhas? I see Aripaimas. I don't see many piranhas though. The anglerfish. Oh, do we have to be underground to fight piranhas? Is that the deal? I don't know how that works. Underground jungle, underground jungle. Okay, so we could be on the surface, but it looks like there's going to be a lot of other enemies as well. We might want to head underground. We're going to have to trudge through all of these enemies really quickly. Hopefully we don't die, but probably will. Okay, I don't really know how often these things spawn or like where they would spawn. Like I don't know if this is good enough right here. I would think it is, but I don't know. Let's try it, I guess. Let's try it again. I'm gonna keep the calm potion on this time, so it'll get like mega overwhelmed immediately. Let's see. Hornets. There's not a lot of stuff spawning in the water, if anything, actually. I just don't know where we would find piranha. I guess we could try maybe just a regular underground biome. Do they still spawn regular caves? I guess that'll be my last option here. You can also fight mother slimes underground, which also drop compasses. Honestly, say underground in general might be better because just about everything else spawns underground. I didn't actually think about that. Or I started. Giant shelly, crawdads, salamanders, and mother slimes. We can fight all of those in like a mushroom biome, to be honest. We could go to our mushroom arena, I think, turn on Ultimate Battler. I think that might work. Obviously, we're going to get a lot of hard mode mushroom biome people spawning, but I think we're still going to get a lot of everything else as well, so let's try it. Let's try it for a couple minutes. I know I'm over time at this point. Let's try it. I know my game is like struggling up here. This will be the last thing I do. Hopefully my game and Twitch is a bit better next week. I don't really have a lot of hope for that because it's going to get even hotter as we go through the rest of August, but I don't know. I guess if push comes to shove, I'll just stave off streaming for like a month or two until the weather cools down. And I'll just record all of my episodes sporadically. I'm looking for a compass. A lot of skeletons here, which is not what we need. I did see some slimes, and I think a couple shellies, so that's cool. Just looking for a compass. We're gonna have to travel there every time I die, huh? Okay. Could be kind of annoying. Oh, I think we could set up teleporters now. Like not pylons, we could actually set up like mechanical teleporters. I think the mechanic sells those, and we can hook them up with wires. We could just teleport to anywhere in the world without needing a pylon. So, you know, something like this, you teleport to using a teleporter that we hook up from the house. Obviously, I'd have to do that like off stream if I wanted to get that done today, but you know, I could get that done sometime. Okay, I see a depth meter. Don't see a compass though. A lot of stuff here though. I see a sword. Needler, that's a new weapon. It's like a Halo thing, is it not? Okay, I don't see a compass. Let's try one more time. We're looking for mother slimes, shellies, and salamanders, I think. Oh, hello. Earth elemental, hello. Not a lot of slimes. I don't see any, really. These mimics might actually drop a compass as well, if I remember correctly. Maybe not, because we would have seen that in the bestiary actually, so maybe not. But I had hope there in my heart for a second. No compass yet. More depth meters. I see a mechanical skull. We're gonna need that. Mechanical eye. We're gonna need that for later. Trifold map. Definitely gonna need that. Depth meter. We don't need those. World geode. Might as well keep that. Depth meter. Star cloak. Keep that. Philosopher's stone. We'll keep that. Magic dagger. We already have one of those. A bat. We can sell that. Cross necklace. We'll keep that. And I'll just clean up the arena right now and end my recording if we didn't get it. Alright, anything else for me down here? Hello, Mother Slime. Nothing. Okay. Anything else? See a lot of skeletons. See a lot of mushroom enemies. Another sword. This would be really nice if I had that item magnet from the Wall of Flesh, actually. Maybe I should do that next week. Alright, well, looks like we didn't get it this time. This is one of those things we could always just come back and do whenever we want, though, so not a big deal. Yeah, we'll just come back and farm another time. Seems like pretty much the perfect farming spot, so we'll definitely set up a teleporter next week. And I guess we'll also get that item magnet for the Wall of Flesh next week as well. So there's our docket for next week. We have the trophy room, we have the rest of the checklist to look through. We have this item to get the compass, we have the item magnet to get from the Wall of Flesh, and to set up a teleporter from home base to here. And probably also, you know, just cleaning up our house a little bit, if we can. Taking care of, like, magic storage, maybe expanding the rooms a little bit, just so we have some extra space. Maybe doing something about this garden, moving it somewhere else. I don't know. Something like that. Yeah, that'll be all. I'll go ahead and take the time off stream to sort through all of this stuff, because you probably don't want to see all that on camera. So I will do that. That'll be it, though. Thank you for watching. If you watched on YouTube, which you did, I will see you on Monday. Expect recorded content probably for the next while. Like I said, it's going to be hot where I live for the next month. Again, I live in Southern California, so it's going to get regularly above like 95 degrees on most days, if not even hotter than that. So if I had to guess, my PC probably cannot handle cooling down while running a game and streaming at the same time, so be ready for that, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.